Good morning, and welcome to our morning meditation. I'm happy that you're joining us today, and I hope you enjoy our meditation time together. Today, we'll be focusing on restoring confidence after a traumatic experience. So, I hope you enjoy our meditation time this morning as we start with our reading with Ralph Waldo Emerson. From nature. Exaggeration is in the course of things. Nature sends no creature, no man into the world with adding a small excess of his proper quality. Given the planet, it is still necessary to add the impulse. So to every creature, nature added a little violence of direction in its proper path, a shove to put in its way. In every instance, a slight generosity, a drop too much. Without electricity, the air would rot, and without this violence of direction, which men and women have, without a spice of bigot and fanatic, no excitement, no efficacy, we aim above the mark, to hit the mark. Every act hath some falsehood of exaggeration in it. And when now and then comes along some sad, sharp-eyed man, who sees how paltry a game is played, and refuses to play, but blabs the secret, how then is the bird flown? Oh no, the wary nature sends a new troop of fairer forms, of lordlier youth, with the more excess of direction to hold them fast to their several aim, makes them a little wrong-headed in that direction, but in which they are richest, and goes the game again with a new whirl, for a generation or two more. In many traditions, it is believed that if you offer your goodwill intention out loud, that it gives it strength and power. And therefore, today I offer up our immigrant siblings who are in detention at this time. As we all can imagine, sitting in detention, separated from your families, as children, separated from your parents, and as parents separated from your children, this can be an extremely traumatic experience. So I offer us up these members of our community, that we hold them in our hearts, that we offer them sanctuary, that we do more than we are currently, whatever level that is, to give them support and strength and love during this time, and also that they stay safe during this time of pandemic, and finally, that when they're released from detention, they find a spiritual source that enlightens them and gives them hope and helps them to strengthen themselves and overcome the trials that they have been through. May we all help our siblings who are coming to our country and traveling the world by giving them our love, our care, and our physical support as they re-enter society and become members of our community. Now, I invite you to speak peace and love into the world by offering your own intention. Speak out what you or who you would like to hold at this time out loud in the space you're in, or enter it into the comments, and we will hold it in the heart of this community. We speak of those that we carry in our heart as a sign that we are connected to the interdependent web around us, to the community that we may never meet. I now bind not only that which has been named, but that which has been still held in the hearts of us as individuals with the love and the strength of this community. Now, I invite you to readjust your body. If you are able to, take a moment to face a light source or other uh, source of inspiration for yourself, and adjust yourself in preparation for this time of meditation. So find a position that's open and comfortable to sit in, and we'll start by just doing a few stretches and stretching out our bodies. So we'll go ahead and raise your arms above you if you are able. Stretch out your arms and your shoulders, and then drop your arms to your sides. Just let your body just slowly start to relax into our meditation time. I invite you to just lift your shoulders and tighten them up a little bit. Just kind of let them tense up and then relax and let them release. Take a deep breath. Open up your chest and your abdomen and just take a deep breath and just stretch out. If you can, go ahead and shake out your feet. Extend your ankles and tighten up your calves. Let your body just get prepared for entering a time of relaxation and contemplation. Today's meditation is a mindfulness exercise from mindfulnessexercises.com. And as always, I invite you to visit their website. They have lots of meditation practices that you can engage in. Today in this exercise, we're going to reflect on how mindfulness can help restore feelings of confidence. When you've gone through something negative over time, it can impact you with your self-confidence, your self-esteem, how you vision and view yourself. And so these kinds of traumas can alter your perceptions of your own personal self, or how you engage relationships, or how successful you can be at work. And so even though you've been able to maybe leave that situation, sometimes we carry it with us. So we have a bad experience with a job, we carry it to the next job. We have a bad experience with a relationship, we carry it to the next relationship. We have we have an experience where we fail at something, and we, instead of seeing that failure as a teaching experience, we hold that failure as something that is traumatic and embarrassing or belittling to ourselves. And oftentimes other people don't even see it that way. But we have a tendency to hold on to that experience. So today we'll be looking at how do we engage these experiences of trauma and let them be released into the universe and rebuild our confidence after going through these experiences. So I hope this is helpful. And as always, we'll get started by breathing together. So I invite you now to take a few deep breaths and we'll go forward. So as always, take your first breath, hold it for about 2 seconds, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And then we'll do that a couple times, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So inhale nice and deep. And hold it. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more, nice and deep. And exhale. Many survivors of very difficult circumstances get to a stage in their mindfulness path where they need to reflect on how they can make themselves stronger, how to find a deeper appreciation of their own resourcefulness and self care. Today, you are invited to share in this mindfulness practice, this meditation, to help you find your self confidence and how you restore your own strength so that you can be more originally authentic to yourself. Over time, we have the tendency to over monitor ourselves when we have a failure. We overcompensate by, not taking risks, looking out for signs of harm or danger, um, emotionally and spiritually. And so, hopefully, today we will reflect on some of those pieces and how we come to stop doing those reflections that are um, holding us back instead of bringing us forward. So I want to ask you to invite you to take a moment to think of a time when you have been through something that was exceptionally difficult. Now, in that memory, in that space, how are you feeling at that time? I want to ask you, was that space a time when you were able to overcome the experience? And if you aren't able to overcome the experience, what do you believe is holding you back? So, in that holding you back, what can help you to release some of the struggle or the trauma that you were experiencing? If holding you back is not being able to communicate your feelings, not being able to uh, look forward and with hope that the same situation could have a different outcome, not being able to uh, build a new relationship in that same kind of space, whether that relationship be with family, a partner, a work experience. When you're looking at that holding you back, what would help you to experience a different outcome? If you can imagine a different outcome, how are you willing to build confidence in yourself? What would it take to experience that reality in a new way so you could engage that experience again? Trying a new relationship, looking at your job in a different way, looking at the world in a different way. What are your resources that are able to help you do that? Is it something inside of you that you would like to bring out? Maybe uh, being able to verbalize your needs. Maybe it's speaking to someone else and building a support network of people that will help you to re envision your own strength. As we talked about in yesterday's meditation, part of building our strength is focusing on our strengths and bringing that into life in the world. So, what would be a strength that you could bring to this traumatic experience that you had? What would be something that you could bring to it that you have as an offering? Could that strength be new creativity? Could that strength be developing a new network of friends and family? Could that strength be a sense of reflection and looking at how you can positively or more positively affect the experience? And if this was a traumatic experience over time, how could you get yourself out of that experience? What was your strength that this previous experience has given you so that you don't put yourself in that situation in the future? Or you're able to identify what's happening and before you get deeper into it. So, for instance, if you're in a unhealthy work environment, or if you're in a relationship with a family member or a friend, what are your signs that you can see to help you gain resilience and self confidence and be able to live more authentically as yourself? Um, it may not mean you can get out of a relationship, it may mean you can sooner. It may mean you can change or reshape that relationship. But what are your inner strengths that you bring? Again, your creativity, your ability to reflect, your ability to verbalize your emotions, your feelings, your needs, your ability to set boundaries. Maybe out of the experience you had in the past, now you can define your boundaries a little differently. And now, the most important thing to remember is that whatever the experience was, you are still here. You are in a space where you can be loved and cared for. You survived whatever the experience was, and that is a strength. Recognize that whatever has happened in the past has helped to build you to be who you are today. Recognize your strengths. Recognize that you, in this moment, are in a space where you can provide for yourself and your emotional, spiritual care. Recognize that you are part of a community that cares for you. Recognize that those are strengths that will help you overcome a traumatic experience or anything that's going on in your life that's troubling you at this time or in the past. I know that sometimes being able to verbalize that or share those experiences with other people are difficult. But recognize that you are good and deserving. You are resilient and you've lived through whatever you were experiencing, and that you have great gifts to give that were earned by your wounds. I invite you now to breathe into this experience. We'll take some deep breaths as we start to leave this experience of meditation. And I invite you to look forward and to experience that you can overcome whatever experiences you've had in the past that have knocked you down or made you feel less than, because you are a wonderful, brilliant person who is strong and confident. And we'll take a few deep breaths now. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Blessed be. May the goodwill that we hold in our hearts and in this reflection be shared together in silence as we share these next few moments of silence. And may we say together, blessed be. I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to invite you to, share these meditations. They're available throughout the day. Just go ahead and, if you have anybody who is you think would like to engage these and enjoy them, everyone is welcome. I want to also invite you to contact me, especially after today's meditation. Reflecting on trauma and self confidence is something very difficult for some of us. And if you would like to, if that's stirred up anything in you that you would like to talk about, please let me know, and I will be happy to make myself available. I also know a number of spiritual directors who are willing and able and available to help with, anyone who needs some additional care if these kinds of meditations have brought up anything for you. Again, I invite you to engage in these spiritual practices throughout your week, and let me know if you have any intention that you would like me to share during the intention time, or if you have a spiritual practice you would like me to explore and share with the group. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do. And as always, may we close our time together by saying that we believe we are strong, confident people. May we send peace into the world. May we recognize that the divine within us gives us strength and peace. And may we bless the world by saying together, Amen, Amin, Shalom, Salam, Namaste, and blessed be.